Hello everyone, I'm your hostess with the mostest, 8-Second Gaming, and today we're going to be taking a look at an endgame situation I had in ALGS this weekend. Now, this was a really tough situation to be in because, there's not a whole lot of spots to play. A lot of the circle was in the mountain actually, so a lot of people would panic, a lot of people wouldn't understand what to do, and they would just end up losing the game because they're not quite sure. But this is actually very simple to play if you know what you're looking for, so that's what we're going to talk about today, how to look for stuff, how to use abilities wisely, and just make sure that you guys understand how to play endgame circles when you might not think that you could get the best spot. But if you guys like these types of videos, the VOD reviews where we dive deep and break stuff down so we show you in-game examples like this, you gotta check out the GameLeap website. Over there, we have Predator level courses with coaches teaching you every single aspect of Apex, including VOD reviews like this one. Right now, if you guys go over there and use code SPLIT2, not only will you get access to those Predator level courses, you'll also get 50% off and you will be entered in a draw to win a one-on-one coaching session with me. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, click the link in the description, go over to the GameLeap website and pick up a membership right now. So now let's jump into the VOD review and talk about why Valkyrie is so strong in the meta right now. So as you can see right here, over on this side of the mountain, a lot of it is covered in mountain. Almost a quarter of the circle is inside the mountains. There's a lot of spots that teams won't be able to play. There are still 7 teams up, so there's a lot of people up right now. And that's why Valkyrie is really strong right here, because my team was able to sit on this side of the mountain for so long. And we were able to kind of pick up kills on teams that were coming in, teams that weren't really sure what they were doing. And then we were able to sit on this side for free while other teams were panicking and trying to get spots in zone. And we got some really nice placement points out of it. And all we have to do now is just Valkyrie over top. Now, when we're Valkyrie over top, and you guys need to be paying attention to this because you can put this in your game, a lot of teams wouldn't really know what to look for. So as we come over top here, we're starting to see initially what we can take. We can see right here, there's a bubble right there. We can't take that. But what we're looking for is this building right here. We want to take the roof of that because that's going to be in and it's going to be a really strong position to play in the next circle. So that is what we're looking for. And right about here, we see that a ping gets hit on top of the roof. Now, most teams would swerve off. Most teams wouldn't go for that because they think that a team is playing it, but it's only one ping. There's only one person playing up there. So it's likely that the other people are inside the building and it's just a solo playing the roof to try to show a little bit more presence. So with that, my team is actually able to go onto that roof for free. We're able to land on that because that solo won't challenge us if we're landing. As you can see, they drop off immediately after, and we have this roof for free now. So if it's only one person trying to hold an area that you want to take, as long as you triple land on them, they will more than likely back out. They will more than likely leave and gives you that spot for free, and you will have a huge powerhouse position after that. So that's just something that you need to be paying attention for. But after you land, a lot of people get complacent after they land. They think that they have a really strong spot and they just stop looking around. They stop showing presence. They stop paying attention to other teams. And that is a huge mistake. See, after we land, we're always looking around. We always have to be paying attention. So right now I'm looking at this Gibraltar to see if anybody's stuck in it. I'm looking to see if there's teams around me, but we see that there's a res being pulled off right here. So right now I want to use my ultimate ability. The reason that we use a Gibraltar right here and not just try to shoot them or anything like that is because we want to put as much pressure as we possibly can on that team, because we don't want to let them get set up or healthy or anything like that. Because if we give the team a moment to breathe, they're in a very solid spot right here. They have a lot of options to play. They have these bins back here. They technically have that right here, and they have the big tree right there. So if they were to get set up and teams were to let them relax, and if you guys are playing in this game, if you just kind of let them reset, they're in a perfect spot to kind of pressure us. And if the team behind us also comes to pressure us, we are then pinched. So right now, we don't want to be giving them any room to breathe. We want to pick up the kills right away. We want to get them out of the game, and we want to get them just out, wiped, completely gone. So they did get Gibraltar ulted by another team. It's just something to be paying attention for. It's just like always be pressuring teams. Now, once I'm popping these like ultimate accelerants, I'm not just staring off into space. I am kind of looking around. I'm trying to see what other teams are doing. I'm doing it as safely as I possibly can. But people, when they pop ultimate accelerants, they just sit in a corner. They try to be as healthy as they possibly can while doing it, which is good, but you can still peek around. you can still try to give your team information, and that is huge. Always be looking to give your team as much information as you possibly can. Now, this is another thing right here. As soon as I see people shooting at this little like wall right there, you can tell that somebody's there. People don't just shoot at walls for no reason unless they're cheating. But in this, nobody's gonna shoot at a wall for no reason. So use that as information. If somebody's shooting at a random spot, there's more than likely a team there. So if you have free shots on it, take that kill from them. If this would have been ranked, that would have been one free KP that I just got, and I would have been getting up more and more RP. Now, going forward, that team that we were trying to fight earlier didn't get wiped immediately. They were still able to kind of like play random spots, random areas, and get set. So my team is always just trying to pressure them. So as a support player, it's always a good idea to be looking in different areas. I can be playing this side of the roof and kind of keeping an eye on this side of the circle while they keep an eye on this side of the circle. This isn't like no man's land where nobody can play because there's no cover. So we're not really worried about that. But if we're all looking at the same area, teams can walk up on us for free. The audio in this game isn't that good. If we're all yelling stuff out for comms, then we couldn't hear stuff as well. So there's a lot of situations where we could get walked up on for free, and that's just something you need to be aware of. If you're playing a support legend, if you're playing somebody that doesn't need to be staring at the same area as your teammates, then look somewhere else. Look to see what the other teams are doing. And you can see that once I see that like this team does try to move, so we're folks firing them, we're trying to get them dead, my teammate is able to wipe them. And as soon as we do, I'm looking somewhere else because I want to see what else is a threat to us. And you can see that my team does that as well, because we all know that we need to be looking at different threats. So once we figure out that this side of the circle is completely clear, there's nobody over here, we all start staring at this side to figure out what's going on over here. We see a bubble going off, and we know that like that's a really early bubble. If a team wastes their bubble early, they're pretty much dead. There's nothing that they can really do. So my team is folks firing them. We get a tether off. I really hate the hemlock. I suck with the gun. But once we do that, like the team below us does get the kill on them. So we know that the team is still under us. So once we know that all the teams out on the sides are dead, we understand that everybody's going to be moving in. The only teams that are with us are teams that are in this building. There's one below us and one on the bottom floor. That's the only spots that are playable. So we don't want to be running in with everybody else. It's going to be panicky. It's going to be chaosy. We don't want to be in that swarm of people leaving this one little compound. So if we can get a solid spot outside of that panic zone, that would be the best option. So right now we're actually looking for that opportunity, and we're looking to see what we can play outside the circle, and we end up trying to go for an Ash TP. But if you guys are playing something like this, don't be afraid to leave a spot like this after it's not the best spot anymore. Like all the teams outside of the compound are dead, so like we're not really worried about teams out there. We're able to take a nice spot out here. And this is huge because teams right here would just try to be going for kills. What I do back here is I back up with my ultimate and I have it ready. So as soon as I see a team pressuring one spot, I throw it at them so that I can make them go back towards the other team. So people are peeking up right here. The other team right here. When I ulted them, I force them to go back over here into the other team. And that'll make them fight and make us be able to third party that. If you force teams into each other, you force them to fight, and then you're the ones that get to clean up the kills. A lot of people would just be trying to stare with their gun, and that's fine. But if you go into a straight up gunfight with somebody and they knock you, and something goes wrong, they get headshots on you, something like that, you become the team that's getting third party, and that's not what you want to happen. If you have something as big as a Gibraltar ultimate, use it, because you need to be abusing that. So as soon as those guys start fighting, my team is looking for angles. We did want to back up because they did get wiped, so I back up, I get shot in the back, which kind of sucks. But right now we're looking for angles on this team, and we're just going to be playing this wall. We don't need to move quite yet. We don't need to panic. We're just going to be taking shots, looking for an opportunity, looking for an opening. So as soon as that Valkyrie peaks and I'm able to get a really nice burst on her and almost crack the Gibraltar as well, that's when we're hopping in, and we're able to get a really nice win off of this. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people would have been panicking in that situation. They wouldn't know that the roof would have been free. They would have saw the one ping. They would have swerved off to the side. They wouldn't know like the roof is a really good spot because they wouldn't have pressured that team that rezzed. They would have let them reset. They would have been pressured by the res team then, and they would have been forced off the roof into a really bad spot. There's a lot of things that teams can do, really small things that teams can do to make their situation a lot better. And that's just what I wanted to show in this video, and just kind of help you guys out in those situations. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys want to stay up to date with the latest and greatest Apex Legends tips, tricks, and news, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys all for watching. Once again, I'm endgame, and I'll see you guys in the next one.